In this video, I will try to guide you or at least point you to enlightenment. You are watching this video because you are drawn to spiritual thoughts about awakening. Perhaps you are curious about enlightenment, or maybe you've experienced a moment of enlightenment and wish to reach that state again. Here, a moment of enlightenment occurred. One day I sat in stillness in the living room, listening to a video describing awakening as the merging of the observing subject and the observed object, and suddenly enlightenment revealed itself. Everything was stripped down to simply being a world of vibrating content. The wall, the flowers, the TV, my body, all were just one big impersonal entity, and all of it was me. The realization unfolded in that moment. I was everything within my view, including my body. It became self-evident in that instant. It wasn't I looking at things, but rather I existing in everything, merely observed from a specific point through a pair of eyes. A sense of impersonal love and presence permeated everything. There is only one energy, and that energy is me. It just happens that I have a brain programmed since birth to separate me from the outside world. Suddenly I saw everything for what it truly is, the truth. Everything is one energy, and that energy is me. However, from the normal human perspective, you are a person, seemingly living your life within your body. That makes it incredibly difficult to trick yourself into not existing. Yet that's precisely what is required to embody enlightenment, your true nature, which is consciousness or energy. This video is an attempt to help you realize this for yourself and dissolve into enlightenment, even if only for 1 second, because that is enough. Once enlightenment happens, your world changes forever. Let me emphasize that this is an incredibly ordinary thing that has unfortunately become overcomplicated. To realize your true nature, you must genuinely simplify and strip away everything you've accumulated in your life. Everything you've learned is irrelevant and won't help you reach enlightenment. I want to clarify what must occur for you to experience this profound realization and merge into oneness, sometimes called enlightenment. To enter this state of oneness, your limited sense of self, your ego, must dissolve. This can't happen if you keep thinking, I am sitting on the couch trying to become enlightened. Instead, you must be in a space where everything simply is, beyond any sense of I claiming the experience. This level of presence means there is no egoic narrative owning the situation. Keep in mind, your ego is not an absolute or unchanging truth. Enlightenment is about inhabiting a state of total, unfiltered awareness, your authentic essence. The ego, on the other hand, is a shape-shifting construct of memories, experiences, and self-perceptions, constantly evolving and influencing you over time. What we seek is the recognition of an absolute truth, a timeless, eternal awareness that remains unaffected by the fluctuations of your personal story. When you understand this, you begin to relinquish the ego's hold and allow genuine oneness or awakening to emerge. So how do you trick your ego into not participating in the situation? A thought experiment that can guide you is to imagine that you don't have a body. Visualize yourself as just a pair of eyes observing your surroundings. If you move your arms out of your peripheral vision, this simulation becomes quite achievable. Since you're just a pair of eyes, imagine your brain is gone too, and all memories from childhood until now are completely erased. You are simply observing the world with the eyes of a newborn child, without thoughts, language, or experience. That's the basic recipe for what's required. So simple, yet incredibly difficult for a human so accustomed to relating everything to themselves in our world. But this radical shift in being is absolutely necessary. In this state of pure observation unclouded by ego, enlightenment can reveal itself as a sudden and profound insight, often accompanied by a subtle shift in perception. Depending on the depth of this revelation, your mind may require varying amounts of time to integrate the experience and for the ego to seemingly claim it as its own. Over time, the ego will recognize that this natural state of awareness has always been present. Though it was temporarily overshadowed by the ego's belief that it was the central actor in this life drama, In reality, however, the ego has never possessed any true existence. It is simply a shifting collection of thoughts, labels, and memories you have carried with you throughout your life. When illuminated by this absolute truth, the ego is revealed to have no lasting substance, dissolving like a mirage in the light of deeper understanding. When you reach this state of observing the world, imagine that the objects you are looking at also have eyes looking back at you. Since everything is you, where does the act of observing begin and end? Is it in the object or in your eyes, or somewhere in between? Remember, you are invisible and without memory, so you can't even name the things around you. When you think along these lines, you are very close. There may be a merging of identities. You and the objects blend together when you no longer know where observation starts or ends, or in which direction it flows. Everything just is, and that is you. So profoundly simple, yet so distant from your everyday state of being. The shift in perspective can be so striking that you might actually burst into laughter, especially once you recognize how humor so often springs from these wildly exaggerated contrasts. This newfound insight reveals that the person you believed yourself to be, your ego, is in truth just a woven tapestry of accumulated thoughts and experiences you've picked up over your lifetime. In light of this expansive reality, the ego has no genuine substance or independent existence. This realization might move you profoundly, maybe even bring you to tears, as you grieve the discovery that your conventional sense of self doesn't truly exist. At the same time, you may feel an uncanny sensation of returning to your true home, the boundless unifying energy of love that holds every aspect of existence in its gentle embrace. That is the essence of who you really are. Yet it's important to remember that the ego still serves a valuable purpose in your day-to-day life on Earth. There's nothing inherently wrong with having an ego. It helps you navigate practical, worldly matters. However, for genuine enlightenment to occur, the ego must momentarily recede, allowing you to fully experience the deeper truth that underlies all things. In the state of oneness with everything, you return to your true, unaltered essence within this vast construct we call Earth. You are the soul animating this body, bridging spiritual awareness and physical reality, propelling life forward through the lens of an ego-mind complex in this temporary, earthly existence. May this video introduce you to fresh perspectives, spark deeper insights, and empower you to reach greater heights in whatever endeavor you pursue.